present to you
Social Reload. Social.
The first and the flesh, get it started. It's Friday and it's Friday.
I am happy to join with you today
Social.
in what will go down in history
Reload.
as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. I have a dream.
Social Reload.
This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.
I have the pleasure to present to you
Social Reload.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I walk alone.
Blues Radio Lounge. How are you? What's going on?
I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps.
Matt the Savior should be with us. How are you?
I said it's Monday.
Hey, it's Monday. There he is, the man with a golden microphone. How are you?
Oh, you know, it is gold though.
It is, yeah. It is gold, that's for sure. I was looking at the subscribers,
Yeah.
and it's 172.
Oh shit. They love that golden voice.
They
It's
do.
so buttery smooth.
Sound like that hippo from what's that movie? Crap, the one with the zoo animals.
Oh yeah,
adventure,
fucking
What's in the
Madagascar.
yeah? What's the hippo guy's name?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
You know, I can't stay
I
away
like the lumpy.
Lumpy.
Yeah.
Lumpy.
Lumpy. So I can't think.
Buttery
of
smooth. Oh,
Honey,
yeah.
Honey Boo Boo did that one time. I don't know why it stuck on my head, but the
Honey
Boo Boo took butter and just like put it all over like the kitchen floor in the hallway, right?
Hell yeah. And then
And
went
then
sliding.
just slid across the whole damn thing.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I would have,
Them rednecks know how to live, don't they?
dude. I would have walked in and walked right back out.
Me too.
I'd be like, no, I ain't dealing with this shit.
Not for me.
Yeah, you guys can have it. I don't want it. So, welcome to the show. It's
Thank you.
September 19th. I got a couple different stories. One of UT that was a kid was shot at UT.
A kid was shot?
Yeah, a kid was shot. And then if you live in Puerto Rico, you might want to move. Just because of all the
Hey.
hurricanes that go along there.
I do
So-
live in Puerto Rico.
Do you really? Is that where your bunker's at?
That's where one of my bunkers are.
Oh, wow, you got multiple, huh?
Yeah. Luckily they're underground though, so the hurricane doesn't matter. We got some slight flooding.
Yeah, there's a small bit of flooding in the
Yeah.
Puerto Rican, area. Also, I was reading that I know that you don't care too much for theme parks, but maybe we could talk about it real quick.
You always talk about
No, this was like there was an article on Fox 13 that said Disney World enthusiasts say trip costs too much for an average family.
Yeah,
Survey
fuck yeah, it
shows.
does.
So they were
That's been true.
well, they were saying that online gambling website Time to Play recently surveyed 2,000 self-described Disney enthusiasts of how they feel about rising cost of a family vacation to Disney World.
I don't like it.
According to the results, I don't care for the ice. It costs too damn much, $20.
Like a $30 beer
Yeah, for a small little shot glass.
for a small beer. Yeah.
92.6% believe the cost of Disney World vacation is now out of reach for an average family. I can see that. Yeah, 68.3% say rampant price increases make it feel like Disney World has lost its magic. 48.3% have postponed a Disney World trip in recent years due to price increases.
You know what made Disney lose its magic to me?
COVID.
No.
No?
When they decided they wanted to be part of the woke agenda.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They turned into SJWs, and I
had heard that they're going to kill out that the water ride they have there, the Splash Mountain.
What about Splash Mountain?
They're
Now?
going to kill that out and make it into a Pocahontas ride.
Okay.
Or Princess and the Frog ride. I'm sorry, Princess and the Frog ride.
Like, so these things don't bother me really, and like this whole. What do you think about this whole Ariel, Halle Berry or whatever playing Ariel, whatever her name is?
I don't care. I mean,
I don't care either. I think that if you do, it's fucking retarded. Like, whatever the PC term for being stupid is. Like, just it's
being stupid. That's it. Being stupid.
Yeah.
I was reading over an article about that because for one, I mean,
don't
care. If you just tuned in, we're talking about Disney with their price gouging, and then Halle Berry playing the Little Mermaid, and the new upcoming Disney film of the live action of that film.
Honestly, who cares?
I don't care. I mean, traditionally it was a 16-year-old, white mermaid. Okay.
Who can even say what race she was? She was a mermaid. It's all myth.
Well, I'm saying if you're trying to describe, what it would be.
If I was trying to describe her, you're right. I'd probably describe her as white.
I mean, and that's what people see. That's what people envision. That's what people sort of grew up on.
Whatever.
But now, when you try to, it's like
go cry me a river.
People got upset when Will Smith played Genie in the Aladdin movie. It's like
what?
Yeah, they got upset. They're like, "Oh man, what's going on with this?" And blah,
world
blah, blah.
coming to?
Just say any company for that matter, they lose, $4 or $5 million, and they've got to let go 1,000.
That's up to
employees.
them, by the way. Like they knew what they were doing when they did it, and if it was a risk that they were willing to take, it's on them. It's their business. It's a business.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But for the person, the consumer, to sit there and go, well,
I don't like that product. You better change your product.
Yeah, it's like
company that you're shopping from.
Right. It's like when the Beauty and the Beast, they made a big stink about that because the villain, the Gaston, right? Yeah.
Okay.
He, I think got shot by an arrow and fell off the building, right? Well. Okay, so what? They're like, well, it's horrible for my kids, and and it's like, well, then teach your kids
also just don't take them to watch it. Nobody's telling you that they need to be.
I mean, did your kids watch Bambi? Well, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
right.
What happened to that?
A mother dies. Like, come on, man.
That's the biggest aggravation for me is when I hear stories about how people's child's his life has just changed and just they need therapy and this and that because
shattered his innocence.
Right, and I'm like, but why did you go take them to go see that film? Why did you go take them to go see that thing in the theme park? As a parent what the consequences are. You know
what you're doing,
right?
And if you don't, you damn sure better do some research first.
You know what's going to happen. It's like you don't go on a trip. Let's say if you go to California, that there's going to be, gangs anywhere inside there, right? So you make gangs, 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 gangs. So you make a point to not go into certain areas of California, like Los Angeles, right, where most trouble is going to be in. You know what I mean? Like Compton and Watts. You don't want to go inside those type of neighborhoods.
Unless you do, but you got to know.
Right.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I mean, it's an animation. Why are you throwing a fit over an animation? There's a lot more bigger things in this world to be mad about, like paying your bills, getting groceries, making sure your kid's fed with that, Nutri-Grain bar that you bought at Target for $40.
Exactly.
There's lots more things to be upset than what I'm sure your kid is watching more stuff that you don't know about because of the iPhone or whatever Samsung Galaxy 285395 that they have, with the iWatch and the 48 whatever, headphones and shit like that. So what you think that your kids are probably watching on Facebook, if you're not monitoring that, they're probably watching a whole lot more and probably playing a whole lot more shit than you probably think. And they're probably
you're not even. You would definitely hate.
What's that?
That you definitely wouldn't be okay with.
No, hell no. Because now they're thinking, hey, I'm bamboozling mom and dad. You know what I mean? That's like, but you know what? If you're a good parent, you can sniff it out. You know what I mean? And you sit there and go, what the hell you doing? Let me see. Are you on something that you're not supposed to be on? Yep. All right, cool. Give me it. Let's go. Not just sit there and go, oh, it's okay, little Johnny. Just don't watch it again. And then, of course, once the parent leaves, the little Johnny's going, ha, 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 I just bamboozled mom and dad. Ha.
Exactly.
And it's sickening because it's like, all right, these people who were growing up, whenever we were growing up and stuff like that, what this stuff is about, all right? Like, if you're going to let your kid watch a Freddy movie, there's going to be blood. There's going to be suspense.
There's going to be a sex scene.
Right. All that. So why sit there and make a big stink out of it and go, oh, my God, my child was... Well, how old was your child when you were watching it? Okay, 5 years old. Did you explain to them that this was just fake to them? No. Well, then what? Well, I don't understand what you're bitching about then. Why would you even watch a film, if the kid's going to get freaked out? I mean, listen, this is parenting 101. If your kid's going to get freaked out about something like that, then why take them? Why go through all that mess?
Yeah, why are we even doing this?
Right. It's like when I see people, when I used to work for Busch Gardens, I used to see parents bring their 6-month-old in the stroller through the houses. Now, mind you, at 6 months old, they're not really going to know anything, but still, nevertheless, the decibel level, I think, in my opinion, would be way too high, for that type of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
But then they sit there and they bring their little kid, 4, 5, 6, all 10, whatever, inside these houses. And mind you, some of these kids are really cool and ready to go, but some of these kids are frightened half to death. And they told us that when you scare a family, you don't scare the kid, under I think it was 10 or something like that, or whatnot. You kind of make a joke a little bit, but then you scare the parents half to death, for bringing the kid to there. You don't want to have the kid have therapy. You want to make the parents have therapy.
Right.
Bringing them. But to me, that's kind of goes hand in hand because it's that you're watching these movies, all these movies have been brought to real life and stuff like that. What these movies are about. What these movies are going to have in them. What the plot is. So why are you going to bitch afterwards that it's affecting whatever it is that's affecting your life? I mean, I just don't understand that. Why even? It's like putting in a porno movie in there and trying to explain to the kid what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just don't do that, because not only are you just now putting imagery into their head that's going to affect them most likely, now you're kind of, spoon feeding them a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
they call that grooming.
Right, and these are the people who are supposed to be running this country in the next, couple, decades. Like these are the people who are supposed to. I mean, think about it. These are the people who are supposed to be, coming, and presenting and wanting to go for presidencies and governors and stuff like that. And we're being. These kids are now being raised that it's okay to be a douchebag. It's okay to be to cry and depend on mommy if you need something and whatnot, which is fine in one sense, but then in another sense, it's like you got to learn to get up off your feet and stand up on your own too.
Of course, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go to a dissertation about that. It just bothers me when people do that because I hear it all the time about how these cartoons are like just so disturbing and there's petitions this and petitions that. It's like, come on, really? It's a cartoon, And that's what happened with that ride. They petitioned that ride so much that they changed it.
So, and that's the thing, and that's exactly what I was saying about like they went all social justice warrior and everything like that, and I don't like it. It's not necessarily the fact that they want to post an opinion or anything like that, because I mean, whatever, fine, but it's the fact that they're allowing like this type of person kind of direct their flow, if you will.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They're setting these weird precedences on what seems like bandwagoning. As like a company, so it's really weird. I don't know. It just seems like something they shouldn't be involved in.
Right, and it seems to me like you said too. I also, just to put a caveat on it, seems like they're caving in just to appease the mob,
Yeah,
and
right.
And
they're like, look, we're cool, we're hip, we're with it.
Right, and it's fine to appease the mob because you want to attract those customers and those people.
I guess, but
stuff.
if you ask me, they're alienating their actual customer, which is
true.
Which is heterosexual couples with children.
That is true. Yes,
they're like, no, fuck them. That's not what you want to. That's not what you want. Anyway, I don't want to get into a political thing.
No. I mean, it's not a political thing. I mean, you're hitting it right on the button. The thing is that before COVID. It was, all fair as game go to like Disney, right? It was all fair as game go to Universal or whatnot. No big deal. And then once COVID started happening, well, then Disney started losing their economic value, because their whole, revenue and operational ride base is based off of people there in the park, bodies in the park. I mean, you know that just as well as I do,
Yeah.
So you take away all that, right, for a number of times, and that what happens is that they now have no money coming in. Does that make sense?
Oh, of course.
So, because one time I heard they make the most money out of the parking lot.
From the parking lot.
Yeah, from their part, the Walt Disney employees, the one who works in the parks, not the managers and stuff like that, but the people who are like the employees. They get their checks, from what I understood, from what they make out of the parking lot payments. So basically, that $40 or that however much it costs to park and preferred parking or whatever, that's what's going to the employees that actually work there, that physically operate the ride, serve your food and stuff like that.
Really?
So, oh yeah. like there was a guy that I used to work with. His name was Haluka, and he'd do pneumatics for Busch Gardens, for HOS and such. But then he'd work for Disney at the same time, and he would dress as the Disney animated character. You know, the one that the eyes move up and down and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he said that they would have 2 escorts go down there in this giant vault, open it up below ground, right?
Yeah.
And they would physically help him put on the suit. He wouldn't touch anything. It was like they were just sort of like security, Men in Black type of deal, you know. But that's the problem. You don't have any money to pay for these people. You don't have any money to pay for your employees. You have no money to pay for your rides because you can't pay for the electricity that these rides take to use, you know. And speaking of that, did you go to HOS when they had Unearthed?
Unearthed. I don't think so.
The one that was sort of like the main thing for HOS, for Busch Gardens.
I don't remember. No.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had a house called Unearthed. That house just to run without cast members, lighting, electrical, special effects, fog machines, stuff like that,
Right.
was right up there at $1 billion.
How much?
$1 million. Just to run,
Must be nice.
you know. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, all this stuff, like the money that comes in from all this stuff, that's how they pay for all this mess, you know. And when you raise the prices on this stuff, you know, nobody's going to come. And now, with COVID happening, you know, they were shut down for, what, almost a year, right?
I couldn't even tell you.
Something like that. And then,
definitely a year at least.
yeah. And then once they started up all the rides, they were like, huh, well, some of them don't even work, you know.
Oh, was that right?
Oh, yeah, because they haven't been run. I mean, you have to see that these rides run like 24/7 when the park's open. So they're constantly going, you know, because they're servicing probably, depending on the ride, probably like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 people on average per ride, you know, per like, I think every 20 minutes or so. So you have to, like, I mean, even with the houses, I mean, you could probably get, you know, over like 200 people coming through an hour. It's a lot of people. But with these, they haven't, none of them have started up in almost a year. And then they started doing, what do you call it? Where you have to call and make a reservation.
Oh yeah.
If you're like a pass member, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, but then they stopped selling passes. They said, "Sorry about your luck, kid.
Not happening.
Not happening." So then I heard one story during all this that when they charged the card for one of our friends that's a pass holder, right? They charged him like $1,000 or something like that. For, I don't know, I can't remember what the renewal thing was, but it was like $1,000, and it wasn't supposed to do that, you know. So now, at the time, that person was trying to fight with Disney and stuff like that to get their money back.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so they're hurting, and they're raising prices for like the first time I went in a long, long time. A couple friends of ours got some like free, because they work for Disney, so they got a couple free tickets, and I saw this like cup. You know, like, you know what you ever seen Monsters Incorporated?
Yeah.
Okay, you know the little Scream canister that they put the screams in? Yes. Well, they had a cup that's like that, you know, a little Scream cup, and, you know, you press the button and it screams and stuff like that, you know, whatever. Cool little gimmick. I liked it. I thought it was pretty neat. $30 for that joker.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, $30 for the canister that screams.
You like it that much?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Did you buy it?
I probably won't go back again for a while. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
see, I remember when it was if you got like a family of 4, right? I want to say. It was like $600
Yeah, I think that's
back in the day.
I think that's roughly what we paid like 8 years ago.
Yeah, something like early like 2000s, mid 2000s, something like that. And then now it's almost like, I think, almost $3,000.
Almost what?
$3,000.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and that's not including but limited to merchandise. If you can go on certain days, because what pass you buy.
Right.
And if you can, what you spend on food and whatnot. Because, buying a food, I mean, it's like $28 just for a hamburger,
Right.
And they probably get their hamburgers from Sam's Club.
They're like frozen beef patties.
I'm not saying anything bad with Sam's Club. Sam's Club's got some good meat, some good hamburgers.
Yeah, but that's not what you're going to Disney for.
No, I mean, like, when I used to
Not
have
that you're
passes,
going there for food either, but you're going there for like an
Yeah.
out of this world experience.
True. I gotta tell you,
Like,
when
Being
I used
funded by like the same shit you would eat at home.
Yeah. Funded by Hamburger in a Cup.
Hamburger in a cup.
Yeah, get your hamburger in a cup, right? Hey, you want cheese? It's right down the street, buddy.
Did you want a hamburger?
I want it
Did
in
you
a
need a
cup with some
cup?
fries in there too, man. Put a little bit of
got you
ketchup,
covered.
mustard. There you go. I gotta tell you, there at one time when I used to have passes, there was this one place over there. I don't know if you know Disney kind of by memory, but over there in like the Frontierland, I think it's called, there's a restaurant. I don't remember what it's called, but they used to have the best sauteed mushrooms. Like, the best. Like, nothing else could top these sauteed mushrooms, right? And so every time we'd go, I'd always want to eat there because you just get them from like the bar. It was like when you put your lettuce and tomatoes in the hamburger and stuff like that, you dress it up and then you put the onions or whatnot. But these sauteed mushrooms, I don't know what they did with them, but it was like a dream come true.
So damn good, huh?
Yeah, but the problem is they're kind of felt really.
$3,000.
No, they kind of felt really good coming out too. So, no, back then it wasn't that expensive. To be honest with you, it was actually reasonable. For a family of 4 to go eat there, it's like, probably under $100. I could imagine, but nowadays you try to do that, it's about $2,000 just to eat there, so it's like one day we stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, right? And it was nice. It was cool. No big deal, right?
What was it called?
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Right
The
on.
one where the animals are kind of outside your
It's all
hotel
over
room.
there.
Yeah, it's all over there. Yeah. So
all amongst you.
right. Well, I mean, not really. They're not like coming in your room and eating your food.
Could not be. That's a lawsuit.
That'd be cool though. Like if a giraffe stuck his head in the room and started
You
eating your
would
food.
say that.
Heck yeah, man. That's what I was hoping. So,
Oh my god.
so got up there and got the room, got it all booked, and all of a sudden they said, "Oh, sorry about your luck, kid. We ain't got nothing. We all booked up." And I said, "What?" And
I said, what?
and they go, "Wait a minute, hold on. We might have something." So they upgraded us and got.
I said, hold on there, Hoss.
Yeah, because the beard was kind of twitching, and I'm like,
Your bull from the Social Reload show? Oh, come right in, sir.
yeah, exactly. You better do the VIP tribute, motherfucker. I got the
Come
mouse
right in,
by the
sir.
throat, bitch.
Jesus.
So then they upgraded us to this other room that was like right next to where the animals are. Like you could, seriously, literally just sit out there and just watch the animals, come there. And then
Did it smell like animal feces?
No,
like
no.
those things do.
No, not at all. The only thing that was quite disappointing with the hotel was that in the commercials they sort of like have the animals come up to the room and you're kind of petting the damn things. Well, with these rooms, there's about a 6-foot gap between you and the fence with a room, and then the first floor is actually just like I think a lobby or something like that. But the rooms start on like the second floor. So you're not really anywhere near the animals. There's probably where the animals are is probably maybe about 20 or 30 feet from your balcony room to where the animals actually are.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so but it was nice. It was a great view. You still seem to be very, very close because that's how Disney does those type of, foreground and background enhancements. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it was really good. I liked it.
How long ago was this?
Oh, this was 2012, maybe 2013, maybe something like that. So, somewhere along there. Yeah. But I mean, it was nice though. I mean, it was huge. Looked like a giant.
You love Disney.
To be honest with you, I at the time I liked it, but then, I've always
And then
loved
because of that
Universal.
experience, I quickly said, "Fuck them."
Fuck Disney. I don't give a shit about Disney. Fucking that. But Disney just
I
becomes
mean, we all
too
grew up on
expensive.
Disney.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
Disney and
no way-
Universal were
there's
the
No
rivals.
two ways around that. We all grew up on Disney.
What about Universal? I mean, I know you're not a theme park person, but Universal, I mean,
Universal's great.
yeah, you like it? Okay. All right. I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
have you
For-
been there recently? Or?
Still, I mean, we're talking buku, but it's even more expensive than Disney.
I don't think it is.
It definitely is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, usually Universal's been like cheaper than Disney, to be honest with you.
No.
But I mean, they
No.
might be. They might
The
be
old
more.
wife-ola who's been begging me to go.
You should go, man. I
She
mean,
keeps
it's
telling me the
good.
price tag, and I keep telling her nope.
I bet you'll go and you'll probably ride a couple of rides and you'll be like, "Oh, this is really cool."
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't have a good time. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I can't
Oh, I know.
get on board with spending that kind of money.
Listen, I understand.
It's
I am.
awful.
I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, it's a lot of money, but you know what? The fun that you have is well worth it.
It's not. I don't have that much fun, dude. I really don't. I don't have $6,000 worth of fun. Like, I don't know. I don't know of any time I've ever had that much fun. If I'm honest,
this
I've definitely spent.
guy don't have 6 G's worth of.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you times I've spent $6,000 on with the intent to have some
Oh
fun.
yeah, listen. I'm the same way. I mean, just food alone is like almost 100 and something bucks. And that's on the cheaper end. I mean,
Exactly.
so I mean, it's
And
I
it's just like
understand it.
people spend their whole life savings to get here, and it's like,
Yeah.
God damn, dude! Like it's right down the street for us, and we're like taking it for granted, I guess. But it's so fucking expensive.
It
Even-
is. And it's plus to be out there in this hot sun like it is now. That's
For those that don't know, we even get like incentives, like being
that's
from
true.
here.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, you get a deal because you're from here," and it's still too high. It's still too much money for me.
It's, I think it's like what is it now? I think it's like $50 for daytime parking or something like that now.
I
And
don't know.
think it's like $70 for preferred parking.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like yeah, that's I'm telling you the parking
steep,
is
man.
expensive. Yeah. Man, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I mean, like you said, people come here and do their vacations here, and they sit there.
Yeah,
and,
and like it's their dream.
Yeah, I mean, like you go to Disney and you go to see the castle, and it's all like, you know, like a cupcake.
It's like a cupcake, is it?
Yeah, like when they did the 50th anniversary, they dressed it up like a birthday cake.
Oh, that's right.
So it's
I do remember that.
yeah, it's, or 25th, I think it is. But yeah, it's dressed up. I mean, I read a couple different blogs about that where they said that people were really pissed about that. So, you know, I'm trying to pull up a good song to go out real quick. But yeah, so, huh?
We're taking a 5.
Yeah, we're kind of ending on some other stuff. All right, so here we go. When we come back, we're going to talk about the couple stories that I've got pulled up. Unless Matt's got a couple ones that he likes to talk about. The damage in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
And the guy who died from UT. So don't go away. We'll be back in a minute. This is the Social Reload Show. Stay tuned. If I can get this. There we go.
I grew up. I think the present owner fixed it up. I never knew we ever went without. The second floor is hot for sneaking up. And this is where I went to school. Most of the time had better things to do. Criminal record says I've broken twice. I must have done it half a dozen times. I wonder if it's too late. Should I go back and try to graduate? Life's better now than it was back then. If I was them, I wouldn't let me in. Oh, God, every memory of looking out the back door. I have a photo album spread out on my bedroom floor. It's hard to say it, time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye. Every memory of walking out the front door. I found the photo of the friend that I was looking for. It's hard to say it, time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye. Remember the old arcade? Blew every dollar that we ever made. The cops seen us hanging out. They say somebody went and burned it down. We used to listen to the radio and sing along with every song we know. We said someday we'd find out how it feels to sing to more than just a steering wheel. Then Kim's the first girl I kissed. I was so nervous that I nearly missed. She's had a couple of kids since then. I haven't seen her since God knows when. Oh, God, every memory of looking out the back door. I have a photo album spread out on my bedroom floor. It's hard to say it, time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye. Every memory of walking out the front door. I found the photo of the friend that I was looking for. It's hard to say it, time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye. I miss that town. I miss the faces. You can't erase. You can't replace it. I miss it now. I can't believe it. So hard to stay. Too hard to leave it. I could relive those days. I know the one thing that would never change. Every memory of looking out the back door. I have a photo album spread out on my bedroom floor. It's hard to say it, time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye. Every memory of walking out the front door. I found the photo of the friend that I was time I do, it makes me.
I got high. La da 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 da. I was gonna go to class before I got high. Come on, y'all. Check it out. I could have cheated and I could have passed, but I got high. La da. I'm taking it next semester, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, hey, 'cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. I was gonna go to court before I got high. I was gonna pay my child support, but then I got high. No, you wasn't. They took my whole paycheck, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, hey, 'cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. I wasn't gonna run from the cops, but I was high. I'm serious, man. I was gonna pull right
Social
over and stop,
Reload Show.
but I was high.
Bulls Radio.
Paraplegic, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
Take it back to the 80s,
Gonna make love to you,
90s.
but then I got high. I'm serious. I was gonna eat your pussy too.
A little Afro Man because I got high.
Now I'm jacking off.
Don't forget, if you go to youtube.com, just search Bulls Radio Live, and you'll be able to see it right there.
My entire life because I got high.
And then just hit subscribe button, hit that notification bell.
Because I got high.
That way you know when we're live and you know what's
Now I'm
going on.
sleeping on the sidewalk and I
We
know
can get those
why.
viewerships up, you know.
Because I got high. Because
Let's
I
do it
got
to
high.
180.
Because I got high. La la da 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 da. I'ma stop singing this song because
How's
I'm
everybody doing?
high. Present
On
tense.
this Monday.
Monday.
Monday. Hey, I didn't even know if you're there now. Wow, look at that.
Hell yeah, I'm there.
What'd you think about that song coming in?
I can't hear it.
Oh, that's right. It was because Afro Man, because I got high.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah. They speaking of this song, those two guys are gonna make a another movie, like a 12-year later of when they first came out with that, when they're working with the whatever pizza joint. You know, the Silent J and Bob or whatever.
Oh
his
yeah,
name is.
Clerks 3.
Yeah, they're gonna make another one to the Clerks.
They did make another one.
No, well, I mean, I guess like a 3-year one. You know, what?
Yeah,
what is it?
it just came out.
Oh, did it just come out? Okay.
Yeah, last weekend.
Oh, okay. Because I just saw it on the news the other day, and I was thinking, well, you know, maybe they're in production. You know what I mean, or something like that, or.
Nope, just came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's supposed to have all the people that starred in the first one
Right.
in there. So, did you find those guys funny? The Jay and Silent Bob.
You know, I do love those movies, actually.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah, they're fun.
He lost some weight too.
Yeah, he had
what's
a near-death scare, so it
Did he really?
yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. Yeah, he's. I think he does. What's his name? Crap. What's that show called? The comic show.
Oh yeah, they have that comic show. What is it called?
I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, I can't
Oh.
either, but yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is Kevin Smith right here. He doesn't look like this now, but he did lose some weight. He looks totally different. He looks like they just sort of chiseled out.
You've got to share your screen again.
Did I? Oh, did I not share it? I'm sorry. My bad. Let's see.
It's all right. Just don't let it happen
Shit.
again.
No, I'm trying not to, buddy. I mean, a lot of things going on here. There we go. How's that?
I'm going to assume fantastic. I actually can't see my screen at the moment.
Oh, okay. So now this is I'm just showing an old picture of Kevin Smith up here on the screen, but he's like I said, I saw a recent picture of him, and he looks all chiseled out and kind of shapely of a man, if you will.
He's looking much better.
Yeah, he's. You said he had a stomach stapling or something like that.
Most likely, I don't know about that, but I know he had I think he had a heart attack or a
Oh,
stroke or
really?
something. He had like a near-death experience, and so he cleaned himself up.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, he's doing better.
So he's not drinking or smoking or nothing like that.
You know, I can't speak for his personal life. We're not buddies, but yeah, with the way he's looking and stuff and the way he's talking, I think that he's
done with all that.
he's on the up and up. And apparently in this Clerks 3, it's really kind of emotional. People are saying that they're gonna call up and right old wrongs that they've done and stuff from watching this movie, and made them think about some of their life choices and things like that. And I assume he incorporated a lot of his scare into his writing for this one, as far as, you know, lessons he feels like he learned from
From
it,
what happened, right?
from what happened to him, right? That's
Yeah.
what I'm
And that's so
That's cool.
that's actually, I mean, on one sense of the word, that's so crazy, but on the other sense, that is very humbling to them.
Isn't it cool? Yeah.
Because
I think that's a really cool.
you don't think of a movie to affect somebody somehow, some way. You know, most of the times when you're producing movies, you're like, okay, I have this idea. It's a great idea. I want to try to produce it. Stuff like that. But when it sits there and affects people like this movie has, I mean, that really sort of goes back to say, you know what, I did a good job. You know, if you affected one person or 100 people, you know.
Yeah, you did your job as a filmmaker, didn't you?
Well, yeah, you did your job, period. But then if one person changed their life for the better, I mean, you did your job no matter what. So, you know, it's my hat's off to people like that can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a very challenging way of writing too. But then again, like I said, you know, like for example, I just had it in my head. Casablanca, right?
Mm.
That film, the scene where he tells the girl, "Here's looking at you, kid," you know, at the airport.
Oh, right.
You know, I mean, nobody would know that would be an iconic line from the film, you know, but it has been. So, you know, that's good. I'm glad that people, you know, have changed their lives over certain films.
Was that line improv?
For which one?
Here's looking at you, kid.
I think it was. I think not Gary Busey, but what's his name? Gary something. But I think I want to say he forgot his line.
He forgot his line.
Yeah, something like that. You know, Harrison Ford did the same thing. When he was,
I hear he forgets his lines a lot.
yeah. One time when he was Indiana Jones, the other time when he was just getting his career going with Star Wars, he was talking to, I think, Luke, and he was saying, Luke said something to him, and he goes, yeah,
I'm not your father. Talk to the other guy.
He's like, just may the force be with you, you know, because he forgot his line for that. So, and then I think it was.
I don't know if I can believe that one.
Well, I mean, that's what it said on the behind the scenes stuff.
Whatever, they're lying to you.
Well,
they saw you coming.
Harrison Ford's line on the film.
They saw you coming.
He don't even know who I am, let alone. Yeah, he'd be like,
they saw you coming. Do you know that? Like, you know what that means when people say that?
No.
Like they saw you coming.
No.
It means like you're gullible and they knew it. They saw when you were on the way. Like, we can sell anything.
Oh yeah. You got the bridge to sell me too. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, something like that.
No, I got you. I don't know about that because he was kind of.
They saw you coming.
They did.
They saw me coming. They got my number.
I'll just paddle down the river and say, "Yep, they got me, bitch." You know.
You're pounding on a river.
No, paddling down the river, not pounding on the river. Yeah.
Shit's Creek.
Yeah, up shit something. I don't know.
Up shit something.
Yeah, it's
lip shits.
How would you actually get past that if you had if you were up shit creek without a paddle?
How would I deal with that?
Yeah, like how would you wouldn't that be sort of sluggish?
Oh, definitely sluggish.
Yeah.
How would I deal with that? I'd call you. And I'd be like, "Hey, you still got that truck?" And you'd be like, "Who the fuck is this?" I'll be like, It's the Savior.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are you doing, buddy? I mean,
and you'll go, "Oh shit, who?"
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, "Oh my god." All right. Anyway, so once we finally work all that out,
the fuck do you want?
Yeah. What the fuck do you want is gonna be your next thing, and I'm gonna be like, "Look, the fuck I want is to get the hell out of Schitt's Creek." And you're
what the hell you doing in Schitt's Creek?
Yeah. Why are you in Schitt's Creek? And
why the hell you calling me?
Yeah, what did I do to deserve this?
Right. Now I gotta
His
get
honor.
fucking dirty because your ass is up the creek without a paddle.
Right. And I'm gonna say the answer is yes.
You can't call your other
Be like,
homeboy that
you owe me, and you'll be like, I don't owe you shit.
I ain't got nothing to owe you, motherfucker.
And I'll be like, oh man, come on, bro. And you'll be like, all right. And then, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to work it out.
There's that
I
one
guess
time
I'll
in
be like,
Mexico. I
Bring
guess.
your truck.
Yeah, okay. I brought my truck. What you got? Why you in Shit Creek? Come on.
Why am I in Schitt's Creek? Well, because I got here, trying to buy some Girl Scout cookies, and not the actual cookies. I was trying to get the
Easy.
yeah. Anyway,
Easy. No, we won't. No.
Easy.
God, if I had a dump button, holy crap.
He's like, Jesus, this guy.
No, I'm gonna call X Day on the cookies
You
day.
never know what I'm gonna say.
What's that?
So you never know what I'm gonna say.
No. Is your buddy there?
That boy crazy. No.
No.
That's it.
Oh, do you have a cat or a dog or something?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you might want to ask them that question
What am I asking?
and
them?
then think about it. Then ask them again, and then just don't talk about it.
Let's just not talk about it.
Because if you ain't buying Girl Scout cookies, I don't know what you're buying.
He said, I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what you're thinking, but that's not Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, it's yeah.
Excuse me. Wow.
I mean, I could tell you what it is, but then I'd have to.
No, I don't want to know.
We're not getting endorsed or anything, so
No, we're good.
yeah.
Thinking about like Girl Scout cookies. The thing that I've been sort of craving has been cereal.
Has been cereal.
Cereal, specifically like Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah, cereal's delicious.
Does that make sense, or am I just like,
Yeah, you're batshit insane, but
I mean, like even when Full Jiffy popped up, right?
yeah,
It's like that's my go-to is like cereal.
he's like, that's what I'm wanting.
Yeah, I mean, a buddy of
It's
mine,
all right.
he
It's
said
okay.
he suggested just eating like frozen grapes.
Yeah, I won't tell anybody. Don't worry.
What?
That you're craving cereal and you're
Oh, I'm telling everybody now, craving cereal.
touche.
I got a cup full of cereal right
Touche.
now.
Welcome back, listeners. We are talking about old cereal habits.
That's right. I mean,
You
what is your
like in the
okay? So
cocoa-
what is your go-to?
Cereal?
Well, what is your go-to like when you're Jiffy popped? What is your go-to deal?
When I'm Jiffy popped, I don't have
See, like mine, I got a
a
cereal right now.
particular thing. Lately, I also have been enjoying cereal, though. I won't knock you for that. But what is my typical thing? I guess probably like,
Like what?
I don't know. I'm thinking like, oh, you know what I love when we have it though?
What's that?
Well, this is my favorite thing, but it's something I just thought about, and I absolutely adore it when we've got it, and definitely be munching on it while I'm jiffied. Motherfucking pepperoni.
Really?
Yeah, you get some of those little pepperonis and like that
Oh,
pouch or
no.
whatever,
Mm.
bro. Just munching on a couple of those. Let's go.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like pepperoni, but too much of that, and you might see a different side of pepperoni.
Oh, why do you talk like this? You're
Well,
so gross.
oh, my bad. I didn't know like talking about horror was okay, but then talking about
Horror?
horror,
What kind of pepperoni are you eating?
the one that you're talking about.
Why is that horrific?
No, I'm just saying I can't eat all that.
Oh, I'm not eating all of it. I'm just having a few slices, but I'm saying I like
Oh,
it.
okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not eating a whole bag of it. Come on, bro.
Well, some people would.
I'm not. I'm a big boy, but I'm not that big.
Well, no, I'm just saying some people would because it just tastes good to them. But to me, I don't know. I can't eat pepperoni because it just makes me sick.
Really? I
A
like
lot
it,
of
but I'm
pepperoni,
not
like
Italian.
like
I'm
it.
Italian. We be eating stuff like that.
What's that?
But I'm Italian. We be eating stuff like that.
No, I mean, I don't mind having pepper. Like, Now, the other day, I got pizza from like Pizza Hut, right?
Oh God, that was your first mistake.
and the pepper, I mean, it looked pretty good. It looked like, all right, cool. It was actually in the oven, you know, per the temperature. It was that new one, that Detroit one, I think it was.
So
but the
extra murder
the pepperoni was like cupped up, you know.
was like what?
Cupped up, you know, like inverted. You ever seen it when like sometimes the oven is too hot and the pepperoni's kind of like.
So I asked for my pizza to be well done. By the way,
Oh, they're not gonna do it well done.
I asked for that.
They're gonna do it exactly. They don't change the temperature of the oven.
No, they just run it through twice.
Right.
That's fine with me.
I don't mind the pepperonis being curved up like a little cup.
That's what I'm
You know
saying. A little crispy roni.
Yeah. But the problem that I have is when I see the grease.
Is what?
The grease.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when I see like pools of grease,
No, yeah, I don't want that.
and I'm like, ugh, gross. You know, that just
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
Now, when I used to work for Papa John's back in the day, we never actually had people that would actually ask for pizza well done. You
No
know?
way.
No, we just get we get like people that ask for anchovies on their pizza, you know, or something half on their pizza or whatnot, but never like run it twice through the oven. You know, not that I can remember.
You don't like a well done pizza?
I liked a cooked pizza, but I don't want it
Definitely
like,
cooked.
I don't want it like, you know, I'm eating cornbread, you know, or stiff cornbread or
No,
stiff
no.
cardboard, you know.
No.
That's not a good.
That's ignorant.
Well, I mean, when you get it well done, you just, you know, you're just double cooking it, so it just sort of makes it a little bit stiffer, a little bit more crispier.
Yeah, I want it more crispy.
I like it soft in the middle.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like when you take the I'm weird when I eat my pizza. I know I'm weird because I like to have a separate dipping sauce, right? Whether it be ketchup, honey mustard, barbecue sauce, right?
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah, barbecue sauce. So I'll take the cheese off first. I'll eat the cheese first, you know, and
Bro.
the toppings first, and I'll dip it and stuff like that. And then I'll take like sort of like the doughish side of the pizza that has, you know, that's been cooked with tomato sauce and stuff like that, and I'll scrape that off next, and then eat that, and then I'll eat the rest of it. But I won't eat the crust.
You're grossing me out, dog.
That's how I eat my pizza, man. I've always done that.
Jesus.
I've always, since I was a little kid, I've always
like
eaten
a
my pizza that way.
barbarian.
No, it's just, you know, eating a pizza a different way. Like some people actually fold the pizza up, and
Hell yeah, you don't
to
fold
me-
your pizza?
to me that's odd.
You're a damn savage.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like calzones, but I don't care. I mean, to me that's odd to fold a pizza in half and eat it that way. Now, if there is no fork, you know, like for example, when I went to St.
There is no
Augustine,
spoon.
yeah, there is no spoon. When I went to St. Augustine a couple years ago, the one pizza place that's really, really good, that has really good pizza, I had to actually fold the pizza up, and it was kind of weird to me to do that because there was no fork. So it was New York style pizza, so it was twice the size of a normal slice. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if is that true. Is that okay?
I don't know.
So
I've
here,
never
all right. So you were a chef for a number of years. Maybe you can answer this question. Deep dish pizza. What is a true deep dish pizza? Like a Chicago style deep dish pizza.
Yeah, I mean it's a fucking pie.
Right. Like so it's got
Literally a pie.
it's got bread on top. It's got bread on the bottom.
Yeah,
and it's
man,
got the
a
stuff
full-
inside.
full
Right.
pie crust basically
Yeah.
made of pizza dough and just
Okay.
filled on the inside with tomato sauce and toppings.
Well, because I've seen these commercials with Pizza Hut and Papa John's and all that stuff like that. They go, well, we have Chicago style pizza, we have Detroit style pizza, we have I think Pizza Hut has this new Michigan, Detroit, Hawaiian, whatever pizza now that's some sort of flatbread / I don't even know. But I'm just sort of curious, is like all these ones are like the franchises. Are they producing like supposed genuine type of pizzas with all this stuff?
You never, I mean, yeah, sure, but you never can tell. They've all got their own little shortcuts
Right.
and things that they're doing and whatever.
Like for a
So-
deep dish pizza, it's like just thicker bread.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I think it's just going to be their crust, though.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's their crust, on the bottom of the bread or bottom of
Yeah,
the
but
pizza.
I mean that's fine. You know what I mean? I assume you could find a more traditional crust recipe, but I mean that's a lot of the flavor of a pizza is in the crust. So if you
That's
like
true.
Pizza Hut, then you're really liking their bread essentially. So you would want a deep dish pizza out of their pizza because you like that flavor. or
Right.
whatever.
Now, when I worked at Papa John's, there was no, from my recollection, there was no like flavoring of the bread. Like you would actually like the bread would come out in like little patties, like cow patties.
Gross. Why do you talk like that, dog?
No, I'm trying to describe them. They would look like little dome shaped patties, right?
You're a dome-shaped patty.
I am. So they come in like trays of I think 6, and then you have to pick up each ball of dough, and then you have to make the pizza. Like you have to make the crust. And
Yeah.
you have to make all, which is a really pain in the ass, because you got to find a person that really makes it right, to in order to do that, and
Sure.
then they pass it along to the toppings person and stuff like that, and send it along its way and all that jazz, and then to the oven, and my pizza throwing skills was not that great, so when you have your pizza looking like a smiley face, you've got small issues, so. Because the customer didn't order a smiley face.
Shit, I'd make a smiley face, and they're gonna love it. They're gonna be like, hell yeah, look how much my guy cares about my pizza.
It was hard though, to be honest
I'm
with
be
you.
like, damn right, like that's my shit.
That's my shiznizzle. All right, so there's been a fairly bad incident at UT over the weekend. There was a student who was shot and killed there. This is the Best Friends of UT student shot and killed over the weekend, held each other close outside West Tampa home he shared with roommates. There are just no words for what happened. Let me put this in the live web stories here. But I'm trying to find where it
Why
says.
did he get shot though? Nobody's saying why.
Yeah,
He got...
that's what I'm trying to find. You just never know. It's going to be your friend, just a random night, and he's gone forever.
Yeah, hopefully they paraphrase that because.
Yeah, let's see. The crush after losing Carson described as the guy was
They're
funny,
always
loving
described
guy.
as a funny, loving guy with all kinds of.
Well,
love
of course,
for people.
yeah, proud.
And I'm not saying that a decent like everybody but everybody's gonna say that every
Of
time.
course,
It's so
right.
easy
Everything,
at this point.
right. It's like, come on, I know he was a good
He
guy.
was so great, and he did he had all kinds of whatever. And it's like, yeah, of course he did. He was a college student and stuff. Like, yeah, he had all kinds of goals and aspirations that are gone now. But it's like, not to sound non-empathetic, because I mean, yes, that's true. But it's just so
Yeah.
you literally like every time you've got a guaranteed paragraph, and it's like, oh, fill up that space. Say something real. Say something that means something. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. Yeah, he was a great listener. Blah, blah blah. So according to the article, Seinfeld was hanging out with friends on South Howard Avenue to celebrate. The night took a tragic turn when he took an Uber to his home near West Arch Street. According to the Tampa Police Department, after he had dropped off, he tried to get into another car when the driver inside, who claimed he didn't know Sinfield, shot him after claiming he was in fear of his life. Seinfeld was
So what? This drunk dude was trying to get into the wrong car?
No, the guy was dropped off at a wrong spot, so he tried to get to another car. And
So he
apparently,
called another Uber and accidentally got
Yeah.
into the wrong.
so Seinfeld was pronounced dead at the scene. His friends didn't learn the news till later that night, in the morning, as they woke, ready to celebrate his birthday.
No.
Yeah, his birthday was the next day. That sucks.
Damn. Isn't that crazy? How that does seem to happen.
I know how.
Moments of like birthdays, Christmas, even for Christians and stuff. Like
Yeah,
people seem to die on these like days that are supposed to. Oh, it was, such a great day, and then now somebody's going. You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly.
Like,
It's
ruins
all-
this day for people.
it's all quick. I mean, the blonde over here looks pretty good. Actually, both of them do.
Oh yeah, they were a bunch of chads and bros.
See right here, they like these two.
Yeah, I see them.
One with a, I mean, just saying.
Yeah, they're pretty people.
He was a huge Buffalo Bills fan.
Oh God.
So yeah, I guess that's a picture of him or somebody in them, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, thoughts and prayers to the family.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's horrible.
It is horrible.
Just now, I want to know, like, why the Uber guy,
Was in fear for his life.
right? Yeah, like what made him in fear of his life? What caused him to do this? What made him?
This guy was belligerent.
He was talking
was
out
drunk.
of his ass.
I couldn't believe it. He was drunk.
Now, could you do it? Could you be like an Uber driver?
No.
I couldn't either.
That's why I did the Uber Eats. Like, I did the Eats thing.
Yeah.
Because, I just can't see myself doing that.
No, I couldn't either.
Like, it just seems so dangerous. Like, even when they first started it, I was like, well, this is a problem waiting to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it seems like to me.
So I could never do it. I don't
Just
even.
a problem waiting to happen. And as far as I'm aware, there have been a couple issues that have arose because
Yeah,
of that.
there's been people who have been claimed that these drivers like inappropriately touch them, that they come on to them, and that's why they've had a lot of people put cameras up in their
Yeah, I feel like you
car.
should. If you're gonna do that shit, you better have a camera.
Yeah, and I think one of them went to court because the lady was saying, well, this guy inappropriately touched him and proved it wasn't. It was like, all right.
Yeah. It helps the passenger too. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Because the passenger was saying that, was claiming that the driver was touching him, and the driver's like, here's a tape, shows that I didn't do it. So I don't know. It's I couldn't. If I did it,
I don't want somebody behind me that I don't know, like
No.
in my car, and you know what I mean. I'd definitely have my gun with me. But
right now, here's. Let me ask you a question. What happens if, hypothetically, if you drove around with like the Ghostbusters car as like an Uber?
What would that change?
I mean, I wonder if you
Do
get
they
more
have
customers doing
superfluous
that.
weapons or something? Huh?
I mean, I think that'd be kind of cool to be driving around and taking an Uber.
Sure, it'd be cool, but like, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
It doesn't protect you in any kind of way.
No. I mean, unless they build a car to where it's like, if you do throw up or something, it's all encased behind you. Like how like a taxi has like the window in the back.
Yeah.
And then like a squad car, I think LA squad cars has like some sort of like drain port in the bottom of their car. That way they can, if a person's like whatever feces or whatever, they can drain it out of their car instead of having to like redetail all the entire. Does that make sense?
I mean, no, but you rarely do.
What?
Makes sense.
I was just saying, if you're gonna do Uber, I'd probably build an Uber car like that, to where once the passengers get inside, it's like all encased right there. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah,
have
for
no interaction with them. You have a camera back there just in case, right? Maybe a screen to show like where your destination is and accordance to where your Uber car is, but like nothing, like it's, that's it. There's like a limo. There's just like a wall right there.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be the most safest option.
So you're saying that taxi drivers should just sign up for Uber and start doing it, which some of them do, by the way.
If they want to, yeah, sure. I mean,
some of them do in their taxis, like you're talking about.
Yeah, they have those little those little glass, like partitions. Does that make sense?
Right.
So that's what I was saying. Like if they had something like that, that way they could, or even with like Ghostbusters car, you could have something.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm saying that, over the topness, but then if they rode in a car, it would be set up to where if they threw up or something like that, it could be washed out, no big deal, and ready for the next person. You know what I mean? Because I think they do charge like a detail fee too.
They can, for sure.
I think that's what it is. I believe that's what's part of the charge. I don't know. I don't take Uber very very much, so I couldn't tell you. I think I
don't want to
had
be part of that mess. Like, it just seems like a mess.
And it does. I mean, how often do you want somebody in your car that wants to talk to you? You know what I mean?
I hope never. I'm trying to listen to my music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you just...
If you're talking to me while we're driving in my truck and I got the system and stuff, like, the answer is just get the fuck out of my car. Like...
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If you had a car to where it just completely cuts off that back end, but you can still monitor it, you know what I mean? Just in case something happens. But everything is all, like, if they want to listen to music, they can turn it up, turn it down. You know what I mean? And you have the master controls and everything, but it's all self-sustained in that back passenger seat. I mean...
No, just get out of my car if you can't enjoy music.
Yeah.
I'm all about my music.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's my thing is, like, if I ever did that, I wouldn't want anybody to talk to me. Just I don't want to hear about your problems. I don't want to hear about what's going on.
I definitely don't want to hear about your problems.
Yeah, just I think like
okay,
one
I'm
time
an asshole. Don't care. Get out of my face.
I think one time Chewy Rocks and I we flew to North Carolina and we had we only had
Sweet home North Carolina.
Yeah, and so we got picked up at the airport with an Uber, and this guy, we were just talking to ourselves, and this guy, the driver, was like trying to talk to us and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know you. I don't want to talk to you.
He was trying to talk to you?
Yeah, he was trying to talk to both of us. Like, hey, how's your day? What's going on?
Shut up.
And I'm like, oh my God, don't talk to me.
Shut your mouth.
So I just played like silent. I'm like, just shut up. Don't say nothing.
Just don't say anything.
Maybe he'll shut
Ignore
up.
this son of a bitch. He knows damn well what he's doing.
That's right. All right, so we got about less than a minute. Are we doing a third or no?
I'm over it.
You're over it? I got you. All right, so let me hear it one more time.
Go get you some.
Go get you some. Thank you so much for listening to the show. This is Social Reload Show. Be back next Monday at 9 o'clock with Matt the Savior and Bull.
Woo!
We'll see you again.